The estimated SOF is...
Back at California Speedway, the starting grid for tonight's race, the Noble Racing Series. On the pole position, the only driver to crack 39 seconds or less, Zach Millett at 39.998, cutting in close. Outside front row, Brandon Mefford, the number 83, missed it by just 100th of a second. Second row, it's going to be the 15 of
Auto Club.
Neil Quick in the 2. Starting 5th, Chris Goins, the 41. Will Hewitt, number
100 laps, stage at 30.
6th. 7th starter, it's the 3 of Brian McCann, flanked by the 39 of Michael Tucker. Starting
qualified 7th, but we're not talking about that.
Ken Cowd. Jesse Redding, the number 21, will start 11th. 12th goes to the 13 of Joe Tucker. Starting 14th, Drew Prale in the 80. Chris Elliott will start 14th. Eddie Rose, the number 88, starts 15th.
For some reason, I thought the second lap was the quickest. Turns out it was not.
Starts 17th. Mike Fahey rolling from the 18th starting spot. 19th goes to Chris Mefford. Mark Truxell will start from P20. 21st, Timmy Stubblefield, the number 92. Doug Wysocki starts 22nd. And last but not least, from Charity Motors,
I do move up a position because of
last in 23rd position. Your starting grid from
you didn't qualify, did you, Kevin?
Speedway, the Noble Racing Series.
No, I wasn't allowed to. That was one of the penalties.
Should see the green flag.
Who qualified 3rd?
No idea.
All right, man, we're going green next.
Because they didn't start the race.
All right, man, line up on the inside row. Pit road is closed. Catch
no, 5th.
15 car.
Oh, Vincent. Yeah, Vincent didn't start. I guess he had a start from pits penalty. And then Chris Goins didn't start either.
He disconnected, I think.
Oh, yeah, he ain't even loaded in yet. He's grayed out. So that just moved me forward 2 positions. Well, 2 positions on the inside row.
Can't all be pretty perfect.
So now I'm starting 3rd.
Once again, the race details tonight. 100 laps, the race distance. Air temperature 69 degrees, 80% humidity, partly cloudy skies. Breeze has come down slightly to 11 miles an hour, and track temp standing pretty firm here at 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Drivers have a full load of...
Hey, Charles, thanks for the like.
2 sets of tires available to them over the wall if they so choose to take them. I think they're going to take
ready.
Couldn't find the restart box.
Again, got to thank R&R Racewear for coming on board midway through the season here to help us out with the plaques at the end of the season. Appreciate that sponsorship deal. That
wasn't too bad.
Got one outside. Stay low. Next car is the leader. Stay low. All clear, all clear. You got one outside.
Oh my, it's loose down there.
In pit lane, waiting for Barney to wave the green flag.
Green flag.
And there it is. Green is in the air. We're racing here from Auto Club Speedway.
You're clear high, clear high.
Neil's on the wall. No, Brandon. Brandon's on the wall. Neil's passing to Brandon.
You're 4th place.
One driver slipping to the back of the field here on the start. Not sure exactly who that is. Might have been the 88 of Eddie Rose. It does appear to be the case. He's running down 20th. Oh, the second place machine of Brandon Mefford gets a piece of the outside wall to complete lap.
Hey, repeat. How's it going?
Millett maintains the top spot. Neil Quick takes advantage of the rare mistake from the 83. Neil Quick up in the second spot, but Mefford not to be deterred after that impact with the wall, keeps his foot down. Still chilling in the 2 now, off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Second place machine Neil Quick, then Brandon Mefford, then Brian McCann. Second, third, and fourth, all IROC Challenge drivers. Ironically, they're running this same racetrack here tomorrow evening.
Hey, Brian Rose. Thanks for the like.
What you see here tonight, make sure you tune in tomorrow.
Clear low, clear low.
Or if you really don't like what you see tonight, tune in tomorrow anyway, because maybe it'll be better.
Thank you, Pete.
It's a win-win. Mefford going back to the inside here for Neil Quick, taking that second spot. Not quite clear. Mefford way to the bottom. Quick going to use the run to the outside. But speaking of a run, here comes Brian McCann.
You're in 3rd place.
Looking to the outside of the 2. Quick was going to let the car float up the top of the racetrack, but saw the 3 coming with a big head of steam and opted to pull it down to the middle lane and let the 3 go on by. At least for the time being. Quick start to fight back, though. Maintain that top line as Matt Sisler is going to go up the cut in between the 2 and the 3. Thought Quick was going to slide up into Sisler there, but he thought better of it. Quick has lost a handful of spots here in just a couple of laps.
Got one inside.
Neal back in the 7th spot now. Millett maintaining the race lead.
Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear. That was your fastest lap of the session. Good job, man. You're up to second.
NS Vengeance in the stream chat saying, we rock with the Tuckers because the Tuckers rock with us. Very cool.
Yeah, that outside.
Slipping down to the 8th.
Wonder how long it lasts.
Couch working on him now for that position as well. Quick continues to fall backwards here. First couple of laps for the 2, I think, all right, let's see how hard we can run this thing and then just kind of take it easy, take care of the tires, not beat on our stuff. We've seen Neal do this a lot of times. He's not going to be a lead driver in the first, I don't know, even half to 3/4 of the race, but he's so good at saving his stuff. He's always there at the end. Blaze now taking a peek around the outside of Neal Quick. Quick currently running 10th. Back out front, Zach Millett still with the race lead. Now 7, now 3/4 of a second ahead of the 3 of Brian McCann. Taking in that 3rd position, now back the battle for the 4th spot between Will Hewitt and Mike Tucker. Hewitt to the outside, the black number 33. Tucker down low, and that white, blue, and orange number 39. Tipping that left front down that white line, slides up in front of Will Hewitt. Hewitt jumps back to the outside. And just the fight for the 4th position. While these 2 continue to battle, I don't know if Beffert had another issue, but they seem to be gaining ground pretty quickly on the 83. Hewitt went way up the racetrack. Tucker's going to slide job off turn number 2, gets back in front of the 33. Hewitt drops back down to the inside. Hewitt with an advantage into 3, had him clear for a minute, slides up, has to lift just a bit as the 39 of Tucker was to the outside. Still in the battle for this position. I think if they got lined out and stopped fighting with each other, they could probably reel in the 83 without problem. Get up in that 3rd spot. Cassidy Tucker in the stream chat. Go Tucker boys. So far, it looks like Tucker's winning the fan club competition. Watching this fight back for the 4th position between Mike Tucker and Will Hewitt. Hewitt trying both lanes, top and bottom.
Oh, I'm good on fuel. I thought that said 6.
Tucker. You can get away with that for a little while, but you put too much heat in that right rear tire, it's only going to get worse and start to handle more poorly as the race goes on. 9 laps in, you're going to have to give and take just a bit. We talked about Neal Quick doing a lot of giving here lately. He's back in that 12th position. Watching this fight, neither one of these guys wants to give it up. Looking left down to Mike Tucker at the 39. Tucker slides in behind. Hewitt finally got him clear. Got Tay Rose in the stream chat, also cheering on Mike and Joe. Yeah, we'll watch closely here on Michael Tucker. It looks like that right rear definitely getting hot. He's really loose out of turn 4 once again. See how it looks on the exit of turn 2. It's down into turn number 1 right now. Bit of cloud cover here at Auto Club Speedway. Tucker looked pretty good off of turn number 2 this time. We'll watch it one more time through turn 4. That's seemingly where he's had the most issue, and just barely scraping the outside wall.
Lap 11, I think he just experienced it. Right front gives out.
Back out front here, Zach Millett still with the race lead. Ryan McCann a half second off the back bumper.
He might go high here.
The lead is just at 41.316.
Right front couldn't handle that low line anymore. Now he's taking my air away.
Back to the main straightaway. Millett still in command. He's given up about a 10th in the last lap. Field is spread out pretty significantly to this point. Check on Kevin McCann here. Again, he started at the back of the pack here, possibly from pit lane. 42 was fastest in the practice session prior to getting started here tonight. Didn't have the luxury of being able to qualify. Kevin McCann still back in the 22nd position. Best lap of the day of 40:31, which ironically is the exact same best lap that leader Zach Millett put down, 40.31 seconds. So don't be too concerned about Kevin McCann. He's back at the tail end of the field all by his lonesome for now, but there's no sense. You can't win this race in the next handful of laps, but you can certainly throw it away. Kevin McCann just back there minding his own business, taking care of his stuff. Don't be surprised to see him involved in the top 5 battle here as this one gets towards the end.
I'm out. Good
All
luck,
our boys in the stream chat. How them HBR guys in Gones and Redding and Truxell. Anyone but Quick, they say. Well, for reference, Neil Quick back in the 11th spot, lost 7 positions since the start of the race. And we talked about that a bunch. To no one's see that happen a lot early running.
Almost caught with the wall right there.
But he always gets it together.
Need to not do that again.
Just a bit. Just in behind Neil Quick. Joe Tucker closing in on the 2-12. Vincent Short running back in the 18th position. It qualified well, had to go to the back. Chris Goins just ahead of Vincent Short. Rhodes back in the 22nd position. His last lap of 42.52, almost a full second slower than the rest of the field at the moment. Caltran of 42.05, but he got into the wall. Jesse Redding in the number 21. He's running up in the 8th position. He's gained 3 spots, and he's battling with the 93 of Sisler. Sisler gets loose off of turn number 4 in front of some traffic. The one of Drew Blaze just trying to find a way around. Blaze having to lift to stay out of the back bumper of the 93. Quick continuing to slowly but surely work his way back towards the front. That's when you're starting to see a plan come together. Oh, 93 is Sisler in the fence again.
I think I've done burnt my right rear up following him here.
Sunshine once again here at Auto Club Speedway.
I mean my right front. I've been leaning on my right rear too much to try to compensate or back up for it. Now I've done got my car off balance.
The leader just did a 41.656.
Quick to the
I'm
end.
gonna have to back off my right front.
Or close to it at least, down into turn 3. Now he dives down low to the bottom. Redding goes up the racetrack. Tucker alongside Drew Blaze. Blaze with a bigger run off the corner, still in behind Jesse Redding, going to pick up a little bit of a draft off the 21. Real quick, working his way back towards the top 10. In fact, he's well inside the top 10 in P7. It's kind of what we talked about.
Brennan running me down. Should I whip up my secret weapons?
His stuff takes care of his equipment. Well, this is the fruits of that labor. We're starting to see it pay off. He's starting to pick these guys back up as Drew Blaze gets the wall magnet off turn 2. Rides the backstretch wall for about half the distance.
It ain't faster.
No caution, no major issues. But Quick, taking care of his tires early on, is not having to work very hard to start to reel these guys in. Those that were not so generous to that first set of tires, well, Neil Quick was, and it's starting to work for him. Working his way back towards the front of these guys. Quick about 5 seconds off the race leaders at the present moment. Remember, he was as deep in the field as about 12th or 13th not too long ago.
Is it possible I just have to run whatever line he doesn't run?
Jesse Redding and Joe Tucker now fighting it out. Side by side, Tucker, the white machine down low. Tucker drives into the bottom. Jesse stays up top. He'll have a big run on a turn 4 here. Little bit of a wiggle off the 21. That's going to hurt the momentum on exit. The last lap pass that would have been. On board with Jesse Redding. See how much yaw the one at Drew Blaze has got his car in. Tucker's finally clear. Jesse Redding. Tucker up the 8th.
Yeah, I'm killing my right front.
Jesse not willing to give it up here. He's still a car length and a half off the back bumper of the 13. Trying to throw it back in there, but it looks like Tucker's just got a little bit more pace. Now, meanwhile, the one of Drew Blaze gets in the back of Jesse Redding, sends him down into the corner a little deeper than maybe he had planned, opens the door for Drew Blaze. This now for the 9th position.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low. Inside. All clear, all clear.
Drew Blaze drove it down to the bottom. The big lift out of the 1. Opens the door back up for the crossover. Jesse Redding back alongside. Inside. Now to the bottom goes the 21.
Stay high. Stay high. Clear low, clear low. Inside. Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
Hayes takes the spot back. Now finally clear at start finish. So move Jesse Redding back to the 10th position. Matt Sisler has lost a few spots here. He's back in the 11th position. Remember, he was battling up in that top 5 not long ago.
The leader just did a 42.199. Got one inside. Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Still there.
Back out front now. Not a battle for the race lead, but a battle for the 2nd position between Brian McCann and Brandon Mefford. Mefford a little loose off turn 4. It's going to give the momentum to the 3 of
He's gonna do it this lap right here.
But Mefford really challenging for that.
Oh, he dove it in hard. I thought he was gonna go for it right there.
Still there. Hold your line.
Thought I was going to get dirt track slide jobbed.
Clear low, inside.
Remember, stage brake coming.
He might be able to do it.
All clear,
Yeah, he cleared me there. He's staying low though. I've killed my right front.
Battle for the second spot. Mefford.
I was trying to not let him by.
Mefford way up the racetrack.
Now I've been killed it. It was already dead, but now it's confirmed. Go get him, Brandon. Was that 3 more laps?
This battle, we saw this a little bit ago. Drivers are battling for position behind the fast car, behind the race leader in this case.
He's going to do it too.
Reel him in slightly. It's just under 4/10, now just under 3/10.
They can be racing.
As the 83 and the 3 were continuing to fight, they were.
Oh, it lights that line right there.
Now Mefford has finally completed that pass on Brian McCann and is really starting to close the gap on the 315. At the stripe, lap 27 goes up on the board. Mefford about 3/10 behind. Got a battle for the race lead here. Mefford to the bottom of the racetrack, off turn number 2. Ducks back in behind Zach Millett, down the back straightaway.
Get him, Brandon.
Mefford again dives it down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Got about 5 laps.
Millett just smooth on corner exit. Now he's really trying to get that power down. Bit of a wiggle for the 315 off of 4, but that outside lane allowed him to carry a touch more momentum. Now he drops it to the bottom, though. Kind of provided a slingshot to Brandon Mefford. Mefford crosses back over. Now he goes low side. Mefford trying to...
They can be drag racing at the line.
Millett's going to fight hard.
And we got lap traffic. This is getting exciting.
Of the schedule, just based on his actual work schedule.
I might still have a chance.
He can get here. Down the backstretch, still fighting with Mefford. Drag race into turn number 3. It looks like Mefford might have him clear out of 4 unless Millett just has a perfect exit.
Last lap.
Ooh, shabby for Zach Millett, but not quite enough. Close to call at the line. Lap 29 goes up on the board, getting very close to the end of this stage. And Mefford's finally clear, takes over the top spot here near the end of the stage. Real loose for Millett off turn number 2. It's going to open the door for Brian McCann just a bit. Top 3 nice and tight together off the back straightaway into turn 3. Closing in on some lap traffic. I think it might be Eddie Rose. Indeed it is. Final lap of the stage here from Auto Club Speedway. 30 laps in. At the conclusion of this lap, we should see the green and white checkered flags, accompanied by the yellow flag.
The leader just did a 42.261. All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Taking a look into turn 3.
What's Brandon doing that you're not?
On the 83 to do anything with it. Tackles up.
Turn a left more correctly.
On the nose and at the stripe, it's going to be Brandon Mefford.
Zach too.
Stage win.
What lane they running?
Done, Brandon. That was perfect.
We were running the high side for a long time. Then Brandon came up and passed us on the low side.
2 laps on their left.
Top 10 looks like Brandon Mefford, Zach Millett, Brian McCann, Neil Quick, Will Hewitt, Drew Prail, Mike Tucker, Joe Tucker, True Blaze, Jesse Renning. Top 10 finishers in stage number 1. Brandon Mefford, your stage winner. Holler Boys in the stream chat says Millett has the rear end hung out on exit. Yeah, him and just about everybody else, at least within the top 10. These guys are really sitting on that right rear tire. It's fun to watch, but you just got to wonder how long that right rear is going to hold up to that much abuse. The tire temperatures have to be going through the roof, which makes them a little bit slipperier, more prone to wear, makes the car looser, so you're still going to be on that right rear even more, even if you don't want to be. Saghetti Rose may have stayed on the lead lap here. Not sure what the scenario is there. It looked like he managed to stay out in front of Mefford before the stage end. See if that remains to be the case.
The hell?
Should get the wave around. So I anticipate the whole field's going to come down pit lane here, certainly for fuel. Still questioning whether or not we'll see these drivers take tires this time or not. So everybody is going to make that trip down pit lane.
Oh, I was wearing them even.
All right, that's it. Go. Be mindful, you only have one set of tires remaining. Line up single file.
So we'll watch the stage winner, Brandon Mefford, pull into his pit stall here, see if he takes tires or if it's just going to be fuel. Oh, right away here, right side's in the air, so...
Oh, 61-61.
He's likely to do all four. Drops the jack through around to the left side. It goes in the air as well. 4 tires and Sunoco race fuel for the Charity Motors.
What was you?
83, Brandon Mefford.
62.57.
14.90 seconds was the stop. Good stop. First out in pit lane.
So you didn't really save much by being back there.
I wasn't trying to save.
Mefford at Stephen HBR TV.
I thought you said you were going to. Oh.
Stage win, man.
This is the one I would double stint.
Okay, yeah, I got you now.
Oh, the car feels great. A lot of different lines, a lot of different strategies here. I think Brian and Zach burnt their stuff off, and I stayed pretty consistent there on the bottom side, so I'm sure they saw that, and they're going to chase me, so I got my work cut out for me the rest of this race.
That's all you can do. It was fun to watch you reel him in and make that move for the race lead and the stage win. Wish you the best of luck, man, the rest of the way.
Thanks, Steve. I'm going to need it.
Brandon Mefford, your stage.
Make a little adjustment here and
finish this one out. Plenty of racing still to go.
I think I'm going to go big on it.
Race distance and 100% fuel capacity for these drivers in this particular race. I know it varies from race to race. A lot of the time it's been a full...
I don't know. I was wearing my tires even, though.
But if that fuel capacity, if the fuel window...
So it wasn't fast.
Laps,
I think I need to change the line. Let me go back to that. Change my line this time, see what we'll come out with.
Granted, we do have this caution for the brakes, so that extends things slightly, but it could mean we'll see drivers running out very close to the end. Cautions to precautions, though. If we get 1 or 2, should shorten those or really extend those windows for everybody out here.
I need to not run it as hard.
No field getting formed up on the backstretch.
In that
ready for
lap 5 to 15 range, I think.
Going to be your front row going back to green. Brian McCann, Jesse Redding in the second row. Be Michael Tucker and Neil Quick in row 3. Mark Truxell and Ken Couch link up to fourth row.
Green flag, green
Ken's got to get tucked back in here. He's laying back quite a bit. Got to get formed back up here.
Here's where I messed up last time. Let's not do that again.
Stay low.
Base truck makes the hard left down pit road.
There we go.
You're clear high, clear high.
I don't want to wear my tires out trying to get past him in lap 1.
Back in the air, Mefford with a great jump, great restart for the 83.
So we're just going to ride easy for a little bit.
Pepper jumps out to 3/10 plus in the first corner. McCann takes advantage as well. He's to the inside of Zach Millett. Middle of 1 and 2. This is what Mefford's going to want to see, is these two trying to battle it out. It looks like McCann is thinking better of it. Tucks back in behind. Zach Billet. You heard him lift already. Clutch the car, lift and coast, saving fuel this early on. Let's see if he does it again into one. And there it is. Got the clutch in, just coasting down to the apex in turn one.
The leader just did on 40.524.
Seat on the tack. Drops down to 0. Looks to it at least. Oh, big wiggle as soon as you get back in the gas.
You're clear.
These cars are a handful. Top 5 is Brandon Mefford, Zach Billet, Brian McCann, Neil Quick, and Jesse Redding. Changes there as Quick taking over that 4th position at the stripe. Still not quite clear at the 21. The battle up at the top 3 not over, but cooling off slightly. The battle for 4th still hot and heavy as we watch the 2 go to the bottom, the 21 up the racetrack.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. You're back in second.
For 2, might have been Chris Elliott. Matt Cobb now is Matt Cobb. For 22, having a moment.
Oh, that was a good run, too. He messed up. I just couldn't hold my line.
Meanwhile, change for the 2nd spot. Brian McCann to the inside on Zach Billet. Billet trying to fight back. Tucks in behind just for a moment. Pulls a little bit of a slipstream. Nothing doing back into turn number 1, though. McCann up into the 2nd spot. Billet drives it deep into turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, still behind them, it's Quick and Redding fighting for the 4th spot. Redding's going to lose that position officially here. It looks like Quick has control of it for the time being.
Inside.
Big mover on the day so far. It's the 5 of Mark Truxell. Started in the 20th spot. Currently comfortably within the top 10 in the 8th position. The Little Tate's Cupcakes, number 5. Truxell not going to wow you with lightning fast laps, but they're going to be consistent every single time. Typically very good about taking care of his stuff, not getting into any serious trouble. For 3rd, Neil Quick sticking his nose to the inside on Zach Billet, down turn number 3. And again, these 2 stay side by side for a brief moment. They were still able to reel in the 83 of Mefford slightly. Billet drops back to P4. New race leader now, Brian McCann. That didn't take long. He got that spot from Zach Billet, quickly reeled in the 83 and took over the top spot. You can find that pass. In fact, here it is. The pass for the lead just a moment ago. McCann gets to the inside off turn number 4. Just ever so slightly faster than Mefford. Gets clear before they get to turn number 1. Drives it in a little deep. Mefford tried to cross him over, but it didn't pay off. So the top 3.
I don't know.
Brandon Mefford. Neil Quick.
Somebody clicked the save button.
In your top 5. Chris Goins has quietly worked his way back to within striking distance of that top 5. He started 5th, currently runs 6th. 42 laps in here.
How's it going, Derek?
Things pretty calm for the time being. We're going to step aside and get an HBR TV side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in.
Doing all right. Just hope I'm running the right line here.
Upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just...
I got outrun for the stage.
Generous. he has a genuine...
Made a slight adjustment and running a different line now.
And that's what Marcos is, and that's...
We're only on lap 10.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Tires are big here. Neil's already up here too. I might just be still overdriving it. They'll probably slingshot me. Definitely pushing harder that lap. That's the lap 14. Zach experienced it lap 12 last time. Like Neil dropped off.
I'll stay low.
Back at Auto Club Speedway, a few laps shy of halfway. Brian McCann out in front. Started in the 7th position here today. Did not waste any time getting up towards that top 3 and now maintains the top spot. Brandon Mefford runs 2nd, right where he started. Neil Quick 3rd.
I'm gonna try something different next time on that turn. He's definitely catching me now.
Trying to mount.
He can't get a good run off of that turn. But I bet he can
just gonna wait.
Get a run off this turn.
Opportunity for a pit stop. Only one set of tires left in pits, over the pit wall for these drivers to take advantage of before this race comes to an end.
It still didn't even like that.
Went back green flag racing. Out lap 34. There or another. Still a little bit of time before we see more green flag stops, but these guys are going to want to stretch it as far as they possibly can, knowing that they've only got one more set of tires left over the wall.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
50 up on the board here. Get back.
Inside's working for him. Why is that? What am I doing wrong?
McCann still out in front, but Brandon Mefford not giving an inch. 10th and a half off the back bumper of Brian McCann. It's maybe a car length. It's less than a car length down into turns 3 and 4. Mefford took his time, took care of his stuff, cooled everything down, and he's giving it another go here at the top spot as they get back to the line here. Lap 51 up on the board. McCann's going to win it, or lead it in that matter. Mefford still in behind, trying to find a way to get around the 3. Speaking of McCann's, 42 of Kevin McCann.
Man. Halfway this time by.
Kind of what we expected. He's slowly but surely working his way back towards the front. Started near the back here from wind penalties from incident penalties from last week at Martinsville.
Clear low, clear low.
Started 16th with those drivers that opted not to take a time. When that happens, the starting positions are assigned by I rating order. So McCann, one driver that was not allowed to qualify, still able to start in the 16th position out of 23 drivers here tonight. But nevertheless, since then, he's up 7 spots.
Oh, something happened to him.
He's not pushing very hard right now. He's just being smooth, taking care of the car, running consistent laps. Real loose there just a bit. Got in behind Michael Tucker. I don't know if it lost the nose for a minute and then found it. Back out front, Brian McCann still with the lead. Brandon Mefford not able to finish that attempt off, and in fact, he's lost a little bit of ground here. Now it's 0.4 of a second back to the 83. Kevin McCann now in the 8th position. Next on the list for him to attack here is going to be the 39 of Michael Tucker. Tucker up the racetrack. Going for the 39. He gathers it up, keeps his foot in it, still maintains the
What a bump. Holy crap.
Taking a look back to the inside.
Almost made me spin out. Has that always been there?
Tucker doing the lift and coast as well. McCann drives it to the bottom of the racetrack. Still not able to complete the pass. A little bit of a lift from Tucker.
Track's falling apart in real time. They even simulate that.
The slide job here. Does he have enough room to get it done? Looks like he's going to. Big time run for Michael Tucker out of 4, though. He's switching up and trying to go after Kevin in turn 1.
Yeah, there is a series of little bumps there.
Side.
Can't get wide open on him.
Kevin McCann battling it out. Kevin drives it way deep into 1 there from the top side. Tucker remains in the 8th position. Kevin McCann now up into P7.
Oh, I caught the apron that time.
Will Hewitt maintaining his starting position in the 6th spot. Michael Tucker still in 8th after losing the spot to Kevin McCann. Another big mover on the day. It's still the 5 of Mark Truxell. Alongside with Drew Prell, 4th position. Prell may have it. Prell now up into the top 10. As he come up the racetrack and cut off the run. Jesse Redding really loose out of turn number 4. Gathered it up, saved the race car, saved the caution. He's going to lose some spots, though, now back to 11th. Big time moment for the 21 of Jesse Redding as now Joe Tucker is driving to the bottom of the racetrack. Try and take the 11th position away. Talked about it a bunch here tonight. You lean on that right rear tire too much, it's going to get hot. As it gets hot, it gets a little softer, it melts, it gets greasy, it gets slippery. It just continues to compound the problem. Redding battling back with Joe Tucker off turn number 2, now side by side for the position. Wiggle out of the 13 to Joe Tucker as he gets off turn number 4. Redding's going to take the position back here. Again, this battle now for the 11th spot. Still no change for the race lead. Brian McCann still out in front of Brandon Mefford. 6/10 of a second plus the advantage. And it's Neil Quick, Zach Millett 4th. Chris Goins now in the top 5. Continue to watch this fight now for the 11th spot. Side by side down into turn number 3. These guys know each other well. They race each other regularly. Crossover from Redding off turn 4. Tucker up the racetrack.
I ain't got showtime.
Oh, he's blinking out.
Again, folks,
stay connected, Eddie. I think that's Eddie.
You got one inside.
Can't look.
All clear, all clear.
That was Eddie.
60 has gone up on the board. I think that green flag come out about lap.
A little scary when he blinks out there mid-turn.
We think that fuel window's about 30 laps as these two continue to battle side by side. Really impressive watching the 13 and the 21 fight for this spot, albeit for 11th. We're running it like it's the last lap for the win. They're doing it clean. Impressive run for both drivers so far. As
sun went away.
Now finally clear of the 21, but will Jesse battle back once again?
Sorry, man. Not trying.
Big battles though behind them. Matt Sisler and Vince Short going at it.
You're good.
Whoa. Track's already changing.
Track Bar Media in the stream chat says Kevin is on his way. Pit cycling will be interesting. Sisler at the spot, 13th that is, over Vince Short.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Vince is able to close the gap in the middle of the corner on that really high line that the 93 is utilizing. He's able to drive past him on the straightaway. Another wiggle from Sisler, though. Short closes the gap again.
Yeah, I'm good.
And now out to just about a full second advantage over the 83 of Mefford.
I'll have to run it dry, though.
Watch this fight with Matt Sisler and Vince Short. Sisler up top. Number 93. Short tucks in behind in his number 15. He tucks in behind there in his Chevrolet. Meanwhile, these two continue to fight it out. Drew Blaze has caught both of these drivers. Now he's going to become a problem for these two as well. Big wiggle for Sisler off before. We've seen that a lot this afternoon with multiple drivers trying to get the power down. Get a little bit of a trickier exit here at turn number 4 as you get to the main straightaway. Again, you've seen the track. It's not really a straightaway as You would define the back straightaway as truly the straight part of the racetrack.
Too high.
Get out of turn number 4. It is visually deceiving. Trying to put the power down the right way, let the car drift up the racetrack, carry all of that momentum. You put too much wheel into it on exit while you're trying to get that throttle to the floor. You have a high probability of getting it sideways. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze has gotten around that Sisler, and he's going to work on Vincent Short here. Short the fence off of 4. Slows his momentum a bit. Sisler taking evasive action. He's going to get the spot back, but Blaze is going to take care of both of these drivers here in just about a lap or 2. Now Blaze up into the 13th position. Sisler 14, Short 15. Chris Elliott in pit lane here. He's got some right side damage. This might be a little bit premature, but it's probably within his window. Lose a lap here as McCann crosses the stripe. Lap 66 goes up on the board. Brandon Mefford still running in the 2nd spot. Uncontested. Back to Neil Quick in 3rd. Also uncontested. And Zach Millett in the 4th position. Chris Goins back in 5th. Again, all by himself.
What's the odds of me getting in without wrecking?
10 spots. Kevin McCann closing in. Catches Eddie Rose off turn number 2. Goes to the inside. Going to make short work of the 88.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. Don't forget to pit this lap for more
Kevin
fuel.
McCann pulls down into the pit lane here. He's going to make.
What's the speed limit?
Trying to undercut these guys a bit. We'll see if that drags the race leaders down, knowing that Kevin McCann has hit pit road. Jesse Redding's going to follow him down. Best lap on the day.
All right.
The race leader was a 40-40. The last lap was a 42-17. You see the tire fall off in lap time, just that in itself. If Kevin can get out there and run a lap or 2 clean on these fresh tires, he can gain a ton of track position on these guys that have stayed out. We'll see if the 3 and the rest of the top 5 decide to come down pit lane, and they do. Brian McCann.
Almost spun out, not gonna lie.
As well as Brandon Mefford. Millett's going to stay out on the racetrack and lead another lap. Neil Quick comes down as well. Chris Goins in the pit lane.
That's it, go.
Plethora of drivers coming down pit road for their service.
That's it for time.
And it's going to be tight. I think these guys should be good to go to the end of the race if they're careful and save fuel, even if we stay green. Final set of tires going on. Kevin McCann, 15.28 seconds for his pit stop. He took 4 tires, certainly. Brian McCann, 4 tires and fuel. He's down and away.
The car in front is pitting.
McCann gets out ahead of the 83 of Brandon Mefford. Finish up his stop. Meanwhile, Zach Millett has saved a ton of fuel. Stays out once again, but again, the part that concerns me about the 315 still being out on the racetrack, yes, he's great getting in and out of the pits. He can usually gain a lot of time and sometimes positions by coming down the way that he does. But staying out there a couple of laps where these drivers have fresher tires versus him.
Perfect tire wear.
A lot of track position. Now, I know Millett might be concerned about trying to make sure he's got enough fuel for the end. At this point, everybody else has made their bet. We haven't really had any cautions to speak of tonight. Only one we have had is for the stage break, and Millett stays out for yet one more lap. I would almost expect to see him the next time by, but we'll see. He's still in fuel conservation mode, coasting through the corner, picking up the throttle and letting the clutch out.
The car in front is pitting.
Off turn number 2. Saw a bit of a wiggle there, and it seemed intentional. Is he out of fuel? Nope, still in the throttle. Lift, coast, down into turn 3. And here he comes, Zach Millett off turn 4, getting her woed up, trying to get down to pit road speed without blocking up the tires too bad. Fingers crossed. Haven't seen Zach Millett get popped for speeding in my career as an HBR TV broadcaster, but there's a first time for everything. Down pit road. well within his fuel window to get it to the end.
40.23.
Slides to a stop at number 1 pit stall.
The car in P7.
Schmidt taking the pole position here tonight.
40.165.
Now here's the difference. He's going to have fresher tires than everybody else here for a little bit, so we can make up some ground. Millen down and away, 15 flat. Not a bad stop, but not an incredible one.
All right, man, good job. You're now the leader.
Comes back out, trying to come up to speed. He's going to lose the spot to Neil quick. Should exit gear 4th, maybe 5th. Chris Goins at speed out of turn 2. He's going to take the spot away, so it's McCann, Mefford, Quick, Goins, Millen. It's all 5. Millen's got 11 seconds to make up.
Just hit the pasta flat. 40.142.
That's the thing, though. These guys that pit lap 67, 68, they might have to save a little fuel to get to the end. Now, Millet, he's in a position where I think he can just go full bore all the way to the end. See how this one cycles through. But at lap 72, we're going to take another HBR TV side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Got one outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. You're clear high, clear high. Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Back at Auto Club Speedway, 24 laps to go. We watch Brandon Mefford here in the second spot ahead of the 46 of Chris Mefford. Chris, unfortunately, is in the 19th position. 1 lap down. If we were to get a caution, he'd get that lucky dog. But the way this race is going, I don't know if we're going to get one, knock on wood. Brandon Mefford might have caught the wall there on turn 2 just a bit. McCann still with the lead, 6, maybe 7 tenths over the 83. The situation here with Kevin McCann as he slipped.
Thought I was saving my tire, but I'm not really confident I got much more in it.
Terrible stop by any means, 15.8 seconds, hitting at lap 66, but he might be saving a ton of fuel at this point because at lap 66, I'm not confident he can make it all the way to the.
And he's gaining. Not looking good. I'm going to have to turn the light switch on.
Race leader is out of turn 2. Brian McCann.
I see that. That is not good news.
Billet now up into the.
I got more in it, but I don't know how much.
9 seconds behind that group. He's got a lot of work to do.
I'm hoping he's burning through his stuff right now, and I'll have a little bit at the end. That's what I'm hoping for.
It's faster than the race leader.
I don't want to turn it on until he gets to me, though.
That's going to be close. If he does that every single lap from here to the end of the race, it's going to be real tight.
It's also got a little bit of draft and help pushing him.
Does it every lap, all the way to the end. It's 8.4 seconds he can make up. That would put him 4 tenths of a second behind McCann at the finish.
That was not a good turn.
He's got to dig down deep here, find something else, or hope for a caution. Having a really strong run here today. Now that he's been out in front in that clean air, he's been able to maintain a very consistent every single lap time. He's been pretty close to the next. McCann's last time by of 41.33. Billet starts.
Do I need to go one lane up?
41.08. Still
starting to kick out on me, but I'm still outrunning him, so
I think he's going to need it.
He's my only threat right now.
These guys are even content. Real loose out of 2 for Brandon Mefford. You saw him way up the race.
So let's run what we got
tight
until something changes. I killed my right front there as well. Loose.
Chris Gones still back in the 5th.
I want to see it drop to a 0.8. It'd be a confirmation.
6th.
He's at 0.7 right now. There's an 8.
Rail up 7 spot.
For a split second.
Will Hewitt down a position in the 7th place. Joe Tucker up 4 and 8. Fighting with Drew Blaze for that spot. Blaze to the outside.
I got 2 nailed. I'm wide open out of it.
These two battle it out for that position. Mark Truxell is sitting in behind. A little bit of contact between Drew Blaze and Joe Tucker off 2. If they didn't make contact, it was as close as you can get.
I don't have 4 though. 4 I'm loose. But he fell back right there.
Billet's last lap this time 41.33 to a 41.64, 3 tenths quicker than the race leader, but still I just don't see him being able to reel these guys in. Neil Quick back in the 4th spot. Blaze finally gets clear of Joe Tucker. Mark Truxell has a bit of a moment off turn 2, gathers it up. Certainly using.
I need to do more of a cut on 3 to 4.
Real battle to the finish. We'll see if it happens.
Tire-wise, it liked that better, but time-wise, it wasn't.
Still with Matt Sisler, these two have been going back and forth just about all race long, and they've got Ken Couch and Matt Kopp in behind. Those two are battling for position as well. Couch in the 14th spot, Kopp 15.
Oh, there's Kevin. Kevin, I hate to tell you.
It could still come out.
Couch reeling in on Vincent Short.
Right, but me and Brandon are in a race right now, so I can't hold up.
Outside. All clear, all clear.
Talked about this earlier on in the season about these guys not aggressively lifting out of the throttle. Ken Couch coming out of the gas, but ever so slightly, nice and gingered.
Well, in Kevin's defense, I don't know, Derek, if you saw last time he raced in here, he got into some trouble. Let's just say, when I say little trouble, I mean a lot of trouble. So he had 3 penalties starting this race.
It's short. Matt Kopp trying to drive.
He had the most penalties out of anybody.
With him right now.
He could not qualify. Had to start from the pits, and he got an EOL at the stage.
Short now way up the racetrack. Couch goes low. Couple of lanes down below the 15. On a turn.
But he's got a set of tires over the wall. So if a caution comes out, he is a lap down, but he's the lucky dog right now, as long as he don't get passed by Chris Medford.
Dives it to the bottom again.
It's like he might be.
Couch is smart here. He might work the 93 as a pick. He can stay alongside Vince Short.
Yeah, he's saving that set with a hope.
Can't get it done for now. 13 laps to go.
It's not looking good.
Brian McCann still your race leader.
Because he's getting passed by Chris right now.
Advantage over the 83 of Brandon Mefford. Zach Millett back in third, 7.2 seconds back with 12 laps to go.
You're clear high.
Rail loose and Vincent Short off of turn number 2. He saves the car. Keeps her going straight down the straightaway. Really opened the door for Ken Couch.
Oh, I'm pulling away from Brandon. Yeah, but if it came out right before he went a lap down, he was looking good for the win. Ain't nobody got a set of tires right now. He's the only one. He goes in the pit 10 laps. He's a leader in I bet he's a leader in 3 or 4 laps.
On the 08, Couch.
So that was his one chance there, but he's lost it now. He's already pulled off. I'm not even talking to him, but he already knows. He's out.
Here. Kevin McCann hits pit lane again. He did end up going a lap down. He was 17.
That sucks, though.
Stop.
There was that slight window there where he could have done it. Boy, that would have been
Couch still working.
Nobody would have saw that one coming. With that many penalties.
Lose out of turn 4. He saves it as well. All that hard work down the drain. He loses the spot to Matt Kopp and was in position to take a position away from Vincent Short. Now we'll see if Matt Kopp can do anything with him. Now that doesn't have to worry about Ken Couch being in front.
Still not driving this thing right.
Back out front, Brian McCann with a 1.83 second lead over Brandon Mefford, and that gap is growing every single lap. That said, Millett has maintained his distance at 7.3 seconds.
We're sending it. I want to see a green bar every lap.
McCann a 41.98, still slower, but the differential between those 2 lap times is only about 0.04 of a second. That is not going to get it done here. Again, with 9 laps to go, Millett's out of time.
I got my anti-spin hacks turned on in there. I'm joking.
Them out. . 2.2 seconds the lead for Brian McCann. Really loose.
Caution comes out though.
5 of Millet.
That's going to put Zach Millet back in it, and Zach's been gaining this whole time, I think, so his tires might be better.
Millet pretty much just...
His tires is better. He's been on for 22 laps. I've been on for 25. That's exactly what his plan is.
Championship this
He'll have a little bit over me.
So race wins.
How did he save 3 laps?
Which is the 92 of Timmy Stubblefield. Alongside into turn 1, 8 laps to go. And Tim in the 18th position, a lap down or more.
Caution word it came out, I would have to drive hard. And I got the long run set up in. I ain't got the short run set up in.
Drew Blaze and Joe Tucker are still battling it out. These guys just cannot get away from each other tonight. Blaze swatting and flies in the cockpit of that number 1 LSR Gaming X machine. Tried to get alongside. He was able to get the...
If it goes green, white, checkered, I'll have to get fuel.
Side of Drew Blaze.
I guess everybody else wouldn't. Maybe Zach won't. Oh, wouldn't that be horrible?
Experience is going to come into play for Drew.
Lose off of that. Pit strategy.
Well, that said, Joe Tucker has had some dirt experience go very well for him as of late also. You talk about the background of Drew Blaze. That's kind of where he started, was racing out on dirt. Telling us that it's just too toxic of an environment here in iRacing to run.
No, it shows me gaining on Zach right now. So maybe he's not catching me.
He has its moments.
Thought he was.
A little better over here on the asphalt side.
Let's see what this lap is. I gained 2/10 on everybody right there.
Sideways, certainly helping him here with his Gen 4 Cup car.
We're in a podium position.
Gained 2 on Brandon.
Late, number 29 in pit road. Looks like Chris is...
Gained 0 on Zach.
So his race is over. At the stripe with just about a 3-second advantage and 5 laps to go, it's Brian McCann. Dominant second half of this race for the 3. Got to give another call to the 5.
Almost hit the wall.
He's running in the 10th position. Started 20th here tonight. Keeping his distance off of Drew Blaze and Joe Tucker in case those two come together. Mark would be much happier picking up an 8th place finish instead of being collected in whatever wreck that could turn into.
If I do, it'll buff out. Of course, now every time you get in here and be like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, I end up doing something.
Things still unchanged here at the front of the field. Brian McCann over Brandon Befford and Zach Millet. Millet now losing more ground on the race leaders. It's 8.2 seconds. Briefly 3 wide. Vincent short, and Denny Rose is all the way up top.
Get to thinking about it too much. I'm like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it, and then end up doing it anyway.
Rose trying to get out of the way. Those guys battling for position. Tried a little too hard.
So I'm taking it easy right now.
Straight away, and the wall magnet takes over. And he finally gets off the wall and down into the corner, but you see the distance lost that quickly.
Grinding the right front off, so I'm not riding on the right rear.
13th position over Matt Cobb. Laps to go from Auto Club Speedway. Can everybody hang on to their race cars and get this thing home without any cautions for cause?
White flag lap at Auto Club. Can he make 4 turns?
Brian McCann continuing to stretch it out here. It's almost 4 seconds now back to Brandon Mefford. Brian McCann off turn number 4, looking for the white flag.
Yeah, about 2 laps of
Crosses the stripe. Final lap from Auto Club Speedway for Brian McCann. One more lap around.
Thank you, Derek. Whee!
McCann.
About 3 or 4 in a row, I think.
Able to make it on fuel. Looks like he's home free with half a lap to go. He's in the throttle.
Thank you. Good race.
Just taking care of it, making sure he gets it back to the line. No sputter, plenty of fuel for Brian McCann. On to turn number 4. He's going to win race number 6 here from Auto Club Speedway. Mefford finishes in the 2nd spot. Zach Millett comes home in P3. Mark Truxell with a strong run, finishing in the top 10 after starting 20th.
We're going to run short on fuel there.
All right, man. That's it. The race is over.
Yeah, trying to drift it all the way through turn 4. One way to put some heat in the tires. And drives past start finish. Lights him up, coming back.
Blew up. No tech. Why's my car black? Did I change the, Oh, that's Zach. There.
Doing donuts right in victory lane here at Auto Club Speedway.
Hey, good running there, Truxell.
Johnson, make sure you crack the back of the car.
What'd that drift look like?
A 10-4, man. Appreciate it.
Celebrations continue here on the front straightaway. We're going to jump out, get our break out of the way before we talk to Brian McCann, Brandon Mefford, and Zach Millett. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It looks like Millett might have won this. He did by 2/100ths of a second over Brandon.
We made it.
Bro, I was using every trick in the book to keep you behind me. That's all it was.
That S4 guy off turn 4 for the final time sees the checkered flag. It waves, belongs to the 315.
One side or the other's getting ready.
Had a little y'all in it.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Yeah, Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is. And that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
All right, man. I'll see you later. Good race.
You too, brother.
He made up a lot of time right here.
Good job, Brian.
Thank you. Good race.
Good race, guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. How's it going?
Honestly, you all are to be commended. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot closer than that on fuel, and I was going to be seeing guys dive to pit road with like 1 and 2 to go because they weren't going to make it. But good job, everybody. That was fun.
He came out. He came out about even. Oh, over the line. mostly even through there. I got a little late pull. He started running me down. I was going to see what my tires were, but did a massive burnout. 65.56, but don't matter.
Brian McCann at Steve in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Brian, congratulations. Yet another win here in the No Bull Racing Series. Didn't pick up the stage, but you got the one that was important, and that was the final checkered flag here at Auto Club. Walk us through the strategy. Was it just raw speed out of this place, or did you actually have a legitimate strategy?
Had the later run figured out pretty good, I think, and that was the strategy I went out on. So my first run on the stage, I kind of just gave that up and gave it away. Had to make some adjustments, though, mid-race, so I think that contributed a little bit, and that clean air, once Brandon, was in the lead for a while, but once I got around him, that clean air was real nice. So all of it kind of worked together. Just happy to come across the winner, and no yellows came out there at the end. That's what I was kind of fearing.
Yeah, really clean race. I know Millett was in a decent position there. If the caution were to come out, he had a few lap pressure tires, but as the run went on, he was unable to continue to reel you guys in. You drove away not only from him, but even Brandon Mefford. What is the key to this place? I know tires taking care of them, keeping them from getting too hot really does seem to help. But what's the key? They seemed the later in the race that you went, the farther out in front you got.
Yeah, at the beginning of the race, I was trying that high line, and I thought maybe that was going to work out, but then came in and saw what was going on, and that was not the case. So I changed my lineup a little bit, and that helped out greatly. So really the line was important tonight, and I think it was more important than the aero and everything else.
Well, with that, things change up a little next week. We go to Richmond Raceway, of course, the action track. That'll be a fun one, especially in these cars. Getting out of turn 4 is going to be a little hairy. How do you feel about your shot next week to go 2 in a row?
Richmond, I love Richmond, so we'll just have to see how this car handles on it.
Certainly looking forward to it. Brian, congratulations on the race win, man. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my family, you for doing the broadcast, league admins for helping out behind the scenes and doing everything they do. Our sponsors for helping out with everything, and drivers for showing up every week. Thank you.
All right, Brian, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you. I don't think there's anything else I need to go back and look at. How far was I behind? So I was in third, and Zach and Brandon, I think at this point in the race, they were faster than me for sure. Later half, I think I was faster overall. Pack racing I'm talking about. I'm just glad we didn't get that caution. That would have been Zach, Neil, Brandon, Chris, Drew, Will, all of those. Drew, Joseph. Hell, I think the top 10 had a chance of maybe winning there if a caution came out, because boy, was our tires going to be worn out. And, green flag, that drag strip moment, that would have been tough. A little slip up there, and somebody does it right, they're out in the lead. And then the turns, I don't even want to think about it. All right, I'm out. Later.